Holidays on Shoestrings presents Snippets from Germany, the Rhine River Cruise. After reading mixed reviews about this trip, we set off with great trepidation to Koblenz to board the KD cruise boat. But we were pleasantly surprised to find a very nice and clean boat with good service in the restaurant. The section of maximum interest lay between Koblenz and Rudesham, where we found some of Germany's best-kept medieval keeps. 20 of them to be exact. Some ruins, some preserved, all surrounded by vineyards and with quaint medieval towns. Around every bend, another stone edifice stood watch over the endless parade of freight barges and cruise boats. The scenery was beautiful, with vineyards terraced along both sides of the river. If you aren't a castle aficionado like me, you will most probably suffer from castle overload on this trip. Most of the castles have been turned into hotels, the rest into museums. But each castle has a story to share, one made famous by the death of a young girl in 1851, whose body and diary were found only 10 years later. Past castles, also referred to as the hostile brothers, with numerous sagas of the two feuding descendants of an old king. Some had been built as fortifications, and those using the river had to stop and pay toll. Many of them had been destroyed and rebuilt several times, but all in all, they were a fascinating lot. They were in all shapes and sizes. The castle I liked best reminded me of Snow White and Cinderella, was this 12th century fortified castle. As we passed Loreley, we were told the story of the young maiden, so in love with the man who rejected her that she threw herself into the river at this point. In the Rhine fairy tale of 1810, Loreley is this distraught woman sitting on a rock combing her long golden hair and luring the bargees to their destruction. The boat made numerous stops at towns along the river, and at last we reached Rudesham, and boy, were we glad to see Christopher waiting for us at the pier.